Hi everyone, it's Lisa and Luna from Don't Run with Scissors, back with another Technique Tuesday. Today I'm on my quest of pastels and chalk still, and today I'll be playing with pen pastels. So let's get right into it. Pen pastels are the artist grade painting pastels, which you can apply with, we did go over this, the foam pads and the makeup brushes and all sorts of other tools you can use with these, cotton and the like. These are the greatest things ever. If you've never played with these, you're in for a treat. I will say that they are expensive to play with, so you want to make sure you get colors that you're really going to be used to. My first tray that I bought was metallics. These are phenomenal. And then I did buy these pastels, actual pastel colors, lights, but these are actually what they call tints. I don't know if you can see that from home. So the tints are not a deep color like you probably want. So I was a little disappointed when I did buy these, but of course always found a purpose for them, and we're going to use these today. So I'm going to open these up and we can get started. So I wanted to show you a couple of things on how to apply them and what type of paper. So on here I have regular cardstock, and I'm sorry, it is shiny. I use silver and gold. Excuse me. And I also did it on watercolor paper, just to show the difference. And this is, this side here was plain right on the paper. You can see the color. Now I did run my finger over it before, and the chalk, the pastels will come off. So you do need to seal them. So I actually just use Finesse hairspray. You can use a fixative, anything you want. I did the over gesso, over a matte medium, and over a gloss medium. And you can definitely see the shine that gloss medium and even the matte medium are providing here. And then here it is on the watercolor paper. Not the greatest. You can definitely pull the grain out in the watercolor paper. You can probably see that back home. Again, sorry for the shine. But you can apply it to all. I do recommend the regular cardstock. This is 120 pound. Some people use Nina. I actually use Staples. It works great. So that is what we're going to be using today. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our cardstock. And this card I'm actually going to be using the Penny Black stencil and stamp. So we're going to do 2 cards today because it really takes no time whatsoever. And let's be on our way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the yellow. These you can't cross-contaminate. You can go across all of these and you will not contaminate your paper. Here comes Luna. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some yellow all over this to make my background. And you can see how this just goes on so nice and smooth. We'll hold that up in a minute. You could leave, well, with what I'm doing, you could leave the edges. They didn't have to be pristine and colored all the way through, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, so there's your background. All nice and coated. And you can see it provides really great coverage. Again, I'm sorry for the glare, but it's a nice canary yellow, I guess. I'm gonna get a baby wipe real quick. Luna. What you doing? Don't think she'll make an appearance. We're actually at the workstation today and not the typical table I work on. So hopefully she won't jump up here. So just wipe that up real quick. And then I'm going to take my stencil. Now here's the trick. You need to put the stencil down the way the stamp goes. So you can see this is a stencil and this is the stamp. And I tried to line up both so that when I go to stamp my image after, it'll line up. You will notice I'm also using a Cuttlebug plate. This is because this was a larger stamp than I had for my typical blocks, and I was trying to line it up as square as I possibly could with my paper. And I'm actually going to do a quick adjustment. And I'm going to put my paper underneath, my bottom down. And if I was going to put my stencil down nice and straight and line everything up, I would want it in the middle of my paper and get the stencil lined up. so there is where I'm going to make sure my stamp is. And we'll come back to that. Hopefully that'll work out great. But again, you want to make sure the stencil's facing the way that your stamp's going to go. So all I'm going to do right now is I laid my stencil down. I have my Versamark pad, and I'm just going to go in here and pounds, 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 pounds. The pan pastels will stick to Versamark, and you will see. So right now I've got yellow. I am going to now go over it with some pink. I'm going to find those flowers, and I'm just going to dab. And there's a flower down here. And there's a flower over here. You can see I didn't go all the way over with the Versamark so well there, but that's okay. It's homemade. And now I'm going to go in with my green and hit the rest of it. And then you can take a paper towel and kind of just dab around just to try to soften the colors around the area, and then you can go back with the yellow and just go over. You can see that I found another flower over there. Now the other neat thing is you can relayer as many times as you want, so we're going to go back in one more time. Now that everything has its place, I'm going to go add some more, and you'll just see the colors brighten. They just get nice and thick. Again, these are tints, so using a brighter color that's in their color wheel would work much better. Some pink over here now, and it's just magic how it comes on. I'm going to go into the green. Leaves. Okay. Clean that up a little bit. And there you have it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go back in with the yellow again just to smooth it all over. Put these aside. And now what I'm going to do is, again, I have my big stamp on my Sizzix block, and I'm going to try to line it up as best as possible. I'm going to use Memento ink because I don't want anything too loud and to overtake my image. And if you remember, I tried to line it up in the right way, in the right area, so that when I flipped it over, I could line my paper up. I'm going to try to do this as straight as possible. And there you go. A little goof up here, but it's homemade. So I would probably, at this point, you do need to seal this up. If you wanted to add Wink Stella to brighten these up, or give the flowers a little accent, some glossy accents maybe, this would be the time to do it. Also, you do want to do the fixative, so I'm just going to shoot it with some hairspray real quick. We'll cover these up so you don't do anything to them. And I'll mat it, and then we'll be all set. So I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to go after one more card, because this stuff is so much fun to play with. Let's do a quick stencils with the Pan Pastels Versamark. Remember, you just want to give it a quick clean up, and I use my baby wipe here. I'll put this aside and clean it up thoroughly a little bit later. I'll dry this. Okay, so one more card. And what did we do? Where did my little piece of paper go? Oh, it's with the stencil. Go figure. Okay, so now we're going to start with the same thing. We're going to use pink this time. Again, you can't really cross-contaminate too badly. Oops, and you lose your little feet. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to cover this whole piece of paper with pink. And here we go. These just layer and layer and layer, and they are beautiful. Okay, so here's the pink. We're going to do the same thing we just did with the other stencil. I'm going to lay my memory box stencil right over, and I'm going to go in with my Versamark pad again, and I'm just going to pounce. I'm not looking for sheer perfection here. Mom says it's homemade. Pick that up, put that aside. I'm going to go back over with the pink again. This will hold up because this is just amazing. So I don't know if you can see how that really did change with that stencil, the flowers. Again, sorry for the glare around the workstation today, but this is just, it's beautiful. So then I'm going to go in, I'm going to do just another stencil. All this creative stuff we have around. Everybody loves the beehive lately. Put that aside to get cleaned. And I want the purple one this time. Okay. I think we'll do another section down here. Light one. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, again, we're playing mixed media, so I have a word stamp here, nothing special. I'm going to stamp it in a lighter color because I don't want it to overpower anything. So I do have my Stampin' Up! Basic Gray. Nothing too fancy. I'm not going to go wild. I don't need every square inch of this covered. But you just want it kind of in the area. Finish that up. Okay. Very cool, very cool. Okay, so then I'm going to take my Hero Art Shadow ink. Do I want to layer anything more? You know what, let's layer. Let's do another quick layer of the flowers. See if we can get those back in there a little bit. Just do it in pink. This is just so much fun. And pouncing is great. See if we can soften that. Probably pretty hard to see at home. We got more flowers built in here. Okay. So now I'm just gonna, this is my card base. I'm just going to stamp. I have a little tree here. It's a cute little family tree kit. It says stuff that family's good, life is good. Stamp that down. Of course it wanted to come with me. And I've got a little bird. Pop him all around. Okay, and because I'm going to be, oops, wrong one. I'm going to be matting this on pink. I have a sentiment here that says family is everything, and I'm going to pop that up just like so. So this is a fun that you can have with pan pastels, playing with backgrounds and mixing and matching colors, layering. The fun never ends. I do enjoy these. Again, these are the tints. If you want something much darker, you'd have to get those colors. a little pricey. I do get mine at Blick Materials. They can go right online and get those. They have great sales. You can find them on Amazon too. So that is it for today. That's how to play with pan pastels. Super fun. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next week. Have a good night.